Okay, we are good to go.
Okay, let me just pull up the. You sent the agenda, right?
I did. I think I sent it on Monday,
Yeah, you
Friday,
did.
Monday. Do you need me to resend it?
No, no.
Okay.
I've had Google issues today,
Oh, okay.
and so I am trying to. Great. Summer, go ahead and resend it because I'm not seeing it. I've got the budget, but I don't have the agenda. Okay. Got it, got it, got it. All right, so ready to call the meeting to order? We have a quorum.
Motion to call the meeting to order.
Second. I don't think we even, I think we just called order. We're good to- Okay, so we need approval of the minutes from November 8th. And those were sent, is that correct? Summer? Yep. So I need a motion for the approval of the minutes from November 8th.
I make a motion.
Thank you,
A
Kate.
second.
Thank you, Andy. All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, great. Thank you. That passes. Old business. What's in our old business bucket? I think electrical boxes are correct. All right, so where are we with that?
We're on the RFP. I don't know if you and Katie were not in the last meeting. We basically went over the RFP for the electrical boxes I sent out to everybody and was requesting comments from everybody on the language, but I think everyone seemed to be pretty okay with it. And I think the next part on it was just to look at that, vote on the RFP once you guys had a chance to be here to look at it. And we're gonna send it to the legal team, I believe, Summer, right? To look at and send out.
Can you screen share the RFP real quick?
Yeah, let me pull it up. Let me find this here.
And Andy, did you follow the format that I used for the previous RFP that was approved by
Yeah,
legal to kind of
I used like
streamline?
the revised format that came back from the legal team from that first one that you used. So I
Yes.
used the one that was the final one sent out actually as opposed to the initial one. Here, let me
Yeah,
just
that's
look at my
perfect.
emails.
Streamline a lot of it so that it's not recreating the wheel. That's fine.
Let me see and send item. G.
Just so everyone knows, I'm gonna be quiet as possible. I'm on a construction site, so people will be walking by. You'll hear some things banging, all types of things. So just heads up.
Where's your hard hat?
I'm
All right, can
office
y'all see?
bound. I'm not in there where the steel is happening.
I think I got it pulled up here.
Great, great, great.
So essentially, same structure, and I think we're just going to get sent out to the legal team to look at. but using kind of the same standardized language, I updated all the language to be relevant for the traffic signal boxes, including the background on why we're doing it. Within the scope of work, I updated this, essentially like looking at the site, giving us a quote on the artwork wraps. I added a section here for qualifications and required information. Things I added were project experience, like relevant project experience on wrapping boxes if that's present or if they've done it before, or similar project experience to kind of open it up to anyone who'd be qualified to do the RFPs. So we just wanted to see prior project experience and portfolio, anything else we could kind of use that in terms of decision making. I also added bits in about safety measures and things like do you guys do, daily safety meetings? Just knowing that they're going to like follow proper like violations, rules, traffic regulations, things along those lines.
Sure. Okay.
With the budget, I made sure to request that they both talk about direct costs and any sort of variable costs. Costs are variable to the amount of traffic light boxes. I put that specifically in there and wanted them to keep that in there just because once you hit a certain N number of traffic boxes, there might be certain other expenses that could increase. And so I wanted a per traffic box cost, but I also wanted any sort of variable costs. If you get this N number of traffic boxes, it might be this more expensive or less expensive. Those are the kind of things that I was asking for. So
Okay. And did we actually define that number of traffic boxes?
I just wanted I think where we ended on it was getting like a per traffic box quote so that we could extrapolate it against our current budget.
So that's one thing I would put into the scope of this project is if somebody was going to apply, they need to understand like, well, how many of these am I going to be out there doing? So whether we give a range or something, and then, which I know that was discussed last time or 2 meetings ago, if you remember, Summer, we took a look at like, hey, what if we just did this many right now?
Right.
Based on what we thought was an estimated cost. And I think that that's going to be something because the other thing is somebody's going to look at this and understand how many are involved just due to making sure they've got the capacity and the time to
Do you
do it.
mean like maybe even a maximum or minimum, or like a range of the amounts that we think they might be installing so they understand what they're getting into in terms of like work?
I would write it something like approximately, I forget what we
Yeah.
landed, like 10 to 20 or whatever it is.
Write a note on that.
But I think
I
that's going to be,
would probably say like
they're gonna
approximately
wanna know
50 boxes or something like that.
how many?
I would say approximately 50 boxes.
Is that what
Well,
we?
do we have the number from the meeting minutes or the notes from that day? If we could find that, because I mean, I can update this after, so I guess that's not as pertinent if we're able to get the number that we discussed, if that exists. Otherwise, I can run it by you guys separately
can
as
pull
well.
that
After.
number from
Let's
that.
just throw out a number right now and then we can get this done instead of, continue to go back and forth. So do we want to say 20 to 30 boxes? Do we think that's
But I
Well,
can't do that because I don't know what that's going to cost us, Summer.
well, I
So,
know we're asking for a quote though, right? You said put a number in.
right, but
well,
somebody might not quote because the project's too large, or somebody might not quote because the project is too small. Like I thought we had designated in our last meeting that we would say of these dollars we have to spend, that we are going to designate, I don't forget what it was, 50,000 or something. And you had some estimates and we divided it out. And then the big conversation was, well, where do we go? Where do these go? And do we divide these up? And do we get the council people involved and all of that, which is a whole different.
yeah. I think it was based off of, was it Stowe had like a price per traffic box that we kind of used as the basis for like extrapolating out approximately how many we could do with our funding.
Yeah, so Stowe did like I think it was 16 boxes and their cost was not over $9,000.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, going back to our minutes from last time or what have you, the conversation, how much do we want to spend on this? Wasn't it like 50,000 or something? Katie, do you remember?
I'm looking at the minutes right now, and we said 45 boxes over a 2 to 3 year period. And then I'm trying to look, I'm still reading through it. Yeah, 50,000 was the number.
You remember? I remember that. Okay.
But I guess my question too on the budget is, do we want to use the 50,000 of all the money, or do we want to reserve some money for like, if we want to use it for maintenance or restoration or anything else? Or are we okay just That would leave 2,000 left over out of the 100,000 that we have for the fund. I'd be okay with it. I just want to know what everyone else's opinion was on it.
I thought, was it not maintenance within that, $10,000
For the
almost?
traffic boxes, but for all art across the city of Akron, for restoration or maintenance.
Yeah, we should save some for maintenance. And we'll have to understand what that maintenance plan looks like based on the material. The one thing I don't know, and we'll have to find this out either from the people applying, and or from Stowe, who's got the experience, what's the life of the material? Right?
Life that they had in their proposal, it was 2 to 3 years.
Okay,
They would go back in and change the traffic signal boxes based upon the need.
okay.
Yeah, because I thought we talked about with the traffic boxes, it was a built-in maintenance for a certain amount of years. But then I see what he was saying about were we looking at any maintenance of any other art that we hadn't put it within the proposal that we still have within the city.
Right.
Yeah, and that's why we're not using up the entire 100,000.
Well, 48,000 of that went to the Mac Lib project, right? Where was that all funded from?
So that is all going to be gone.
So there'd be 2,000 left over, I guess is my point. So the way I have the budget currently put up right now, I had 35K from the last bit that I updated from our last meeting. I just didn't put into a spreadsheet. I had 35,000 allocated for the murals and collaborative art projects, which I think both kind of fall under street art and collaborative projects, depending on how we source the art. And then I had 12K left over, 12 to 15. I don't remember the exact amount. I sent in the budget today for it was 15 probably if it was 50K-ish, but for maintenance and repairs and things like that for other art pieces across the city so that we had some sort of fund left over. It might be nice to have some fund left over also for like general miscellaneous and administrative things if we find a need for it.
Well, and here's the other thing too that we have not discussed, is the city's bicentennial.
Mm.
And I mean, I don't. No, I don't know.
Bicentennial, they have their own funds, so I don't know if we would take funds out of the Public Arts Commission for the bicentennial because they have their own money.
Yeah, I wonder if they're planning on, wanting to commission art or anything of that sort.
They'll provide the funding.
Yeah. Okay, good. All right.
There's a subcommittee of public art for the Bicentennial Commission.
Okay. Okay. Which will still have to be run through this commission too, right? Okay. All right.
Yes, if they're going to do
So
public
Andy,
art.
I like your approach with saving some of those dollars for maintenance and
Yeah, we could extrapolate it down to the 35K. I can look at the meeting minutes that Katie's looking at too and see how it came up with. And if it's okay, I don't know who else wants to look at the basis for it, but I can come up with the basis for the estimation and we can give them a range so that they understand the overall scale of the project, even if we don't stick to that exact number of traffic boxes. I think we'd still want to quote per traffic box, but for them to understand the scale and timeline of the project,
Yep.
Which I agree with, which was a point that I don't have here in the budget. So that definitely needs to go in. So I'll go look at those meeting minutes and add that part in, but I'll run the basis by you guys in an email so we can get that all approved and wrapped up. It would be great if we could do it in like the next week or two. I know I'm gonna have a lot more free time here after this weekend to work on stuff. So if I need to put extra work into it after this weekend, I'll have availability at night to do that.
Hey, Andy, I would put in a estimated price per box and then a not to exceed the 50,000. And that way it's not too small and it's not too large for folks. It'll
For the
give
total
them
amount
the
that we're willing to allocate to it, yeah. Like the maximum amount. Yeah, got that.
so Summer, the one thing we cannot do is do any votes by email, right?
So we can put that in our charter and say that we can, or if things are like an emergency, kind of like how that Akron Roundtable was, we can certify actions of the chair if the chair agrees to do it. And then you guys can come back and vote on it at the next meeting.
Okay, so we can do it that way to keep this thing moving.
Mhm.
Okay,
But then you all would have to be on board to vote, you know, the way everyone agreed to.
all right.
I guess, does anyone else have any other comments on the RFPs or the approach we're doing for this so that we know going into it that it would be safe to do so?
Yeah, I don't.
I'm good with it. I like that not to exceed the 50,000 because we don't want to go over our budget. That's for sure.
Yep, I'm good with that.
Does everyone agree with saving some funds for maintenance of other public art pieces? So restricting it down to the 35,000 instead of the 50,000 for however many traffic boxes that is as well?
I like that.
I like it as long as you spend it.
Oh yeah,
I think
I'm
so
ready
too.
for
So
that.
depending on where you guys select for the traffic signal boxes, if one gets a little graffiti or something like that on there, you have some money to have it reprinted and rewrapped.
Sounds good.
This is also, once this project is live, we'll need to talk to service department to see if they're willing to help support maintaining it. Because they could have materials that's really easy to like remove graffiti without having to re-wrap the box or what have you.
Yeah, there might also end up being like a warranty or part of the selection criteria, depending on the quote we get from the individual contractors installing the pieces. So I think it's something we should look at when we get the RFPs back too at that point as well. Seeing
Yeah,
what materials they're using and if they're graffiti resistant, things like that could definitely be like for longevity, a part of the selection criteria.
Yeah,
Yep.
you can look at that, but no one's going to warranty someone else coming up and being ignorant and performing graffiti on these boxes. So I doubt you'll find any. It'll be warranty from weather, and that's probably and any wear and tear, but that's about it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Andy, you're gonna make these changes. Is
Sure.
everybody else comfortable with the 35?
35.
Okay. And then Andy's gonna send this back around. In summer, we will do I forget how you termed it. So we can push this forward for you. And then what I ask is that, Summer, can we, like, when this is ready to go, besides email or whatever, if we need to do like a text message to everyone so that you get the response that you need to move this forward, that'd be great.
Okay, so once you guys clean it up and get it back to me, I have to forward it to our law department and have them take a look at it.
That's right.
And then I will be able to send the copy back to you guys just in case they may have changed any language. So you guys can just review it and then it can be good to go. So if we can get this back to me, like you said, within a week or so, I can forward it to the law department.
So Andy, what's that look like on your side?
Yeah, so I could definitely wrapping up my class, teaching and grading all here by the end of this weekend. Everything has to be in. After that, I'm only 40 hours a week, so I'll be looking for work to do probably because I love working so much. So this will probably be like one of the first things on my list.
And I have plenty for you to do over here at the museum, Andy.
Volunteer work. I will have a little bit of free time. If you let me go to one of those fancy events you guys have.
Yeah. All right, so we should
Meeting with
maybe
you
expect
in
something early
January.
next week.
Yeah, probably around Monday or Tuesday. It wouldn't be earlier than next
Okay.
week. So it would be a weekday next week, at the soonest.
Okay, so can I just get agreement from everyone here that will respond? I think we already had some productive conversation with the changes. So I think
Yeah,
Andy,
definitely.
direct line.
Definitely. I'm with you 100%. It seems to be hard to get members and other commissioners to simply read an email and respond, particularly myself, but I will look for this.
That's why I was gonna bring up too. I feel like it's just so many emails and it's kind of like overwhelming in a sense. And it's like I get an email that was sent in November, and then it's like it's December, and I'm just like, where are we at? Because there's been a
Yeah.
couple times I reached out to via email, and I try to keep up with the most recent email to talk on that one. Can we come to a consensus to find something more easier to keep track of when we're talking to each other, like a different platform? Because I don't think emails is working. Not
Yeah.
for me.
Maybe we could get like a Slack channel or something free for
Yeah.
a certain amount of members that the amount of commissioners fits within. We can just use to send messages to each other and share
Yes.
documents.
I know a lot of people. I've been a lot of people are using Slap. I know people are using GroupMe too. I think I think we can benefit a lot, and I think a lot can get done, and communication can be more clear if we had something like that.
Yeah,
So
summer.
You can have a conversation. For Katie sent an email. You can have whatever you want to chat. You just can't like vote in that space. So like band
Right.
or whatever group mirror, you can have conversations. But I do try to limit emails. Like I'll send out the minutes when those are done. And then I know last month I had sent out about the Akron Roundtable event. If you guys want to have something where you can just have communication through each other. I utilize band for like a group that I'm in, my daughter's cheerleading and things like that. If you guys want to look into band.
So can we take that on maybe in January on how to kind of refine the communication, if that's okay?
Yeah.
And just go with, and that's why I just asked, like, if the email sent next week, but a text is also sent, because I think we're all probably good texters. And say, hey, please read your email that was sent at 2:31 today, whatever it is. And then, I think we just need to have a expanded conversation on the communication piece, specifically because of our roles and with the city government and how we have to navigate all of that and documentation and things of that sort. Okay, cool. All right, so that's all set. Andy, good?
Well, let's
Summer-
confirm. So Andy, you're going to send it out like next week sometime, say by Wednesday.
I can do it by Wednesday. If Monday or later is all that's important to me. I won't have time until Monday night. I'm going to be
No.
working pretty much 24/7 till then. So
would Wednesday, is
Yeah.
that a good date for you to send?
yeah, I might send it earlier than that. I might actually send it to you on Monday.
Okay, well, okay,
Yeah.
let's just say by Wednesday morning, right?
That works for me.
So
Yep,
the
completely
public
fine.
art, for you guys to respond, I would say, what, by end of day Thursday, you guys could take a look at it? So it doesn't sit too long and you guys forget?
Even earlier, make it within 24 hours of receiving it. If you give us a text, we'll know to go take a look at that. That's my thought.
Okay.
I want to make sure
Yeah,
you've got
because
time to do what you need to do.
Yeah, because it's already out there. He's just making minor
Yeah.
modifications that we just discussed and just all agreed upon.
Okay, so we get it by Tuesday, then Wednesday would be the deadline for you guys to take a look at it and send your thoughts and comments, or just say it's good to go,
Correct.
looks good, whatever, so that we know that each person has made its comments. Then I can forward it over to the law department.
Yep.
And you guys all agree to that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then by our next meeting in January, I'll try to push the law department along to make sure they review it. By our next meeting, hopefully it's solidified by the law department and you guys can vote on it, and then I can push it out to the community.
Perfect.
Oh, good to me.
Great. Thank you. That's great. And then from there, Summer, you can work on communicate the press release, right? Once we get any changes done with legal, with the law department, then we'll move on to the press release. And that's okay. All that coming out at the beginning of the new year, that's great. People are looking for opportunities, so. All right. We need to go up on the agenda here real quick. We want to go over the dates for the Public Art Commission meetings in 2024. Summer, what's up with that?
We'll just make sure I sent it out to everyone's calendar, so everyone should have it. If you do not, please let me know and I'll resend it. I probably sent it out probably like 2 in the morning or something like that to everybody's calendar. I couldn't sleep. So just, we're going to keep the same dates, the second Wednesday of the month, 4 o'clock. I think we should always have one in person, just so we can all just get together one time out the year. So if like a September, October would work best for you guys, let me know and I'll update that. But that's about it.
So let me just ask real quick. Well, I'm not gonna ask. We'll wait. Okay, so you sent it out, but have you sent out the invitations already?
It should be all in your calendars.
Yeah, we're okay. Everybody good to go with that?
Yep, just double check your calendars because
Okay,
I
great.
sent it out.
Okay
So
with it.
All right. Next topic is the new chair. So Eric is departing us if Summer allows it.
he's stepping down.
He's
I have
stepping
9 commissioners. I'm so excited.
he's stepping down and off the commission, right? I want to make sure I'm clear. Stepping down from being chair. But is he Eric, are you also leaving the commission?
Well, yeah, it's kind of tricky because I don't know when I will be able to be here, right? So,
yeah,
I'm in situations like I am right now, and that's not fair to you, all, or to anyone we're serving. So,
sure,
I got to put, a reverse priority to what's best for the commission. So, but I also want, my drive was to get this thing moving, like get things happening. We talked for weeks and weeks and weeks and months about things, and they're finally moving. So there's some progress being had, and
thank you.
whoever next on the docket needs to follow that trend and get things done.
I agree. Thank you. Okay, so who wants to be chair is what this is sounding like to me.
Did I hear you say something, John?
I put
I'm on
the
a construction
question out
site.
who wants to be chair.
I volunteered last time. I'm completely willing to do it. I already do stuff outside the commission too. So I don't want to compete against anybody though either. I think John would be good at it. So
Andy, I'm completely comfortable with you being chair, and I'll give you all the support, all that good stuff. And I'm good at pitch hitting here and all that, but I empathize with you, Eric, and completely, and I know others on this commission are pulled in multiple directions as well. So I'm comfortable with it unless there's somebody else who says, hey, I really want to do this as well. And I'll echo Andy's comments there as well. This is good work, good stuff, and I don't want to assume that no one else has an interest in it.
Yeah, but let's speak up. So if there's anyone else who wants to fill this role, but you're quiet, quiet mouth doesn't get fed. So let's get this out there, right?
Katie, Larissa, since you guys are part of the original crew.
Oh, I'm good with it. I can always, Andy, give you my number and I can always support you. But just trying to take on chair part if you ever need, like with before, like if Eric's not going to be there, he would just let me know in advance. I can always come in for you. Like I'm still at work right now, I'm trying to figure out, like all of us are. But definitely would be able to support as much as you need us to.
sure.
I'm not in a position in my life to be chair of this commission, but I support Andy doing it.
Roberta, Jessica, Megan, Stephanie, any comments?
I think Andy is the perfect choice.
Yeah, I support Andy. I also believe that Andy and John would be good at doing it too. So, and plus, I'm new, so I'm still learning learning
That's
how to
true.
be a part of the commission. But yeah, I think between Andy and John, I support that decision.
Megan's good. Stephanie?
I don't have anything to add. I see the initiative that Andy has and likes to work and has a skill
I do
set
like
to
it
go
so
work with it. Yeah.
All
The
right.
one
So
thing that I
somebody,
bring to the table. I like to work a lot.
yeah, we don't run into many people that like you that say that
My
so,
hobby.
so confidently. I'm trying to figure out what that is diagnosable wise. Well, all right. So can I entertain a motion to name Andy Hillier the chair of the Public Art Commission for the City of Akron, please?
I motion that.
Thank you, Roberta. Second.
Second.
I second that motion.
Assume no further discussion. Nobody wants
Nope. Congratulations, Andy.
All in favor, say aye.
I say
I
aye.
have extra work today.
You're amazing.
While we're on the subject, Larissa, do you want to remain vice chair?
If anyone wants it, I give it up. But if I stay with the position. I know I'm more of a reader than the over than facilitating, but I'll take it if no one wants it. But I feel if Jessica really wants it, I want to make sure that she has it.
I'm good, but thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
I heard that bus back up quick, boy.
All right, so Larissa's going to stay in VP role. All right.
Secretary, I will continue to utilize our interns.
And treasurer. Did we have
one second, John? With the secretary, I'll have the interns do the minutes, but is there someone that feels like they need to read the minutes or read the agenda before we push it out?
I thought I was the secretary.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Are you going to stay the secretary then?
Yeah.
And just so everyone knows, not to step on toes or anything, I sometimes go through those minutes and proofread them. I thought I shot those out, maybe not. With just language and past tense and how it should read. So I thought I sent them previously. So I'll continue
January, I'll start forwarding them to John first before they're sent out. Okay, we could do that.
Yep.
Okay. And then treasurer for 2024. Now we are spending money. So first check has been cut for Love X yesterday. So
good. Nice. Awesome. If anyone wants to do treasurer thing or work with finances, I'd be more than willing to help with some of the work on it as well. I have a financial background, so I'd be willing to help with if someone wants to get experience like looking at things. But it's relatively simple budget allocation, so I don't think it would be like overly complex to do as well. So I don't think it should like deter anyone from it.
I guess I'm open to doing it. I do have some experience with finances, and I don't think it's like that much work, right? So I'm happy.
So
100,000 minus 24,000 minus 2,000 minus 5,000. So yeah. You guys have to vote on that.
all right, John.
All right. So we all good there, right?
Yes.
You have to vote on Katie being treasurer.
Oh,
Larissa and
can I have a
John.
motion? That's right. Can I have a motion to name Katie Beck treasurer of the City of Akron's Public Art Commission, please?
A motion to make Katie treasurer.
Motion that.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it, Roberta.
Thank you, Roberta. And any further discussion? None, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Cool. Congratulations, all. We're doing good. I don't want to disappoint Eric here. Okay. Any upcoming public art events? Anybody wishes to share? I could take an hour telling you everything that's happening at the art museum, but I won't. It's on the website. Okay. Let's go.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Any public art events? Anything you want to share?
Did anybody discuss the recipients of the Arts Forward grant? Did we talk about that yet?
We did not talk about it. Did you get one?
I did, and I saw that John got one, and I saw that Katie got one.
Yeah, congratulations to everyone.
Congratulations, guys.
That's awesome. I know Arts Now is doing a really good job at promoting the recipients.
Yeah.
So on the social media channels, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
Yeah.
Need to spend a little time. Ours at the museum is specifically focused on our Center for Creative Aging, which is programming for people that are 55 and better. But I'm going to be working with Art Now and Nicole to figure out where can we overlap our programming to enhance some things that other arts and culture entities are doing in the community. So might hear more about that later.
And I did want to mention too that last night I went to the Bounce House. They have the Innovation Hub. They have their awards ceremony where they give $3,000 to a new upcoming agency or business. But this one didn't win, but it was called Art Doc. And I don't know if anyone's familiar with that program, because they have creative classes. You are? Okay. Creative classes, and they're working to help artists, local new artists and everything. It sounds like a good agency. Yeah.
Awesome. Great. All
Great. Congrats, everyone. And that's good information. Thank you.
Right. Katie or Jessica, is there anything you want to share about the Arts Forward grant that you received real quick?
I was able to get funding from Arts Forward with Art Now, and I was able to get funding from the city too. So and my initiative, things I'm going to do is basically use art as a way to alleviate stress and anxiety in women, with the emphasis on women of color, because we know we're trying to take away the stigma of mental health and just turning that around. So that was my whole goal. And I spoke today with a leadership signature. They class. I spoke today and I told about my program, and the feedback I'm getting is overwhelming. And I'm really absolutely excited that I've been trying to do this for years, and I'm finally got a opportunity to do this. So I'm very excited.
Well, Jessica, the best class is 37 for Leadership Akron Signature, and that's me. So congratulations, and that'll be a great thing.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Nice plug there, Eric. It was 15 years before you, dude. So you know what? I laid down the ground for you. Hey, Jessica, are you connected with Rachel Cargill?
No.
Okay.
No.
Reach out to me. I need to get you connected to Rachel, who is the head of the Loveland Foundation.
Okay.
Has a charitable organization to support mental health in Black women.
Yes.
You know about this project. She's also on our board, so you need to. Yeah. So let's reach out to me, okay? And we'll do it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. Thanks, John.
Katie.
Awesome, John.
Yeah, we so my nonprofit Center for Applied Theater and Active Culture received Arts Forward funding to do a series of 5 workshops that are about like artist care and leadership. So there's gonna be like playwriting, art and drama therapy, non-hierarchical leadership, and then also like self-care for working artists. So it's going to be open to the public, but really focused on working with like visual and performing artists and in their own self-care and leadership.
That's
Awesome.
Yeah, Katie, we'll connect too on that one because some of those things might overlap, might be good opportunities for staff members here. So that's good.
I really like the non-hierarchical leadership, talk about like authentic and transformative leadership and actually like being invested in the people on your team and stuff. I think a lot of people need to learn not to like, use their transactional influence, but actually, interface with people authentically. It'll be a cool
Yeah.
class for artists.
That's our nonprofit is a co-leadership of 4 of us. So
Yeah.
we embodying that and are trying to bring in other organizations to talk
Mhm.
about it.
Yeah, I love flat awards. Great.
That's
Great.
great. That's great.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Okay, Summer, any public comments? Did we have any public online tonight?
You have public comment. Well, no public comment, I'm sorry.
Okay.
And don't see any. Sorry, I have so many things open trying to see how many people are viewing. I lost my screen to show the actual streaming of how many people are viewing, so my apologies. And I don't want to click on anything to disconnect you guys.
It's all good, but John, we don't have any comments right now, correct?
Right, no
Nope.
comment.
All right.
Okay.
So, Eric, just want to say thank you.
Yes.
Everything you did.
Thank you, Eric.
It's everything we did, right? So again, team minded. We had a hell of a team, right? So we still do. It's even better now. So just looking for it to continue and just push.
It's been great to work with you. So
Thank you, Eric, for
You
everything.
too. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Very appreciated.
And Eric, do you want to do the honors of maybe motioning the meeting to a close?
I would graciously do that. I will definitely move to motion to close out the meeting today at 4:49 p.m.
Now, second.
Second. Larissa, thank you. And then all in favor. I assume we don't want to discuss it. So all in
Aye.
favor.
Bye.
All in favor.
Thanks, everyone. If I don't
All
talk
right.
to you, have a great holiday season.
Thank
Enjoy.
you.
Happy
Happy
holidays,
Happy
everyone.
holidays, everyone.
Great
Have a good
meeting.
one.
Thank